Yeah, he started throwing punches.
Just a second. So you want Mrs. Harrison to pay for the glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not happening. Tell him to get a job and pay for his own glasses.
Why would that be?
That would be because he was the aggressor. That would be because he was the aggressor.
But a hat is not permanent damage compared to...
That would be because, well, if somebody put my hat in the garbage, I would not put it on my head again. And he was the aggressor to begin with. He was the initial aggressor and kept it going. And he was a bully who got his comeuppance. You pay for his glasses and tell him not to be a bully. How long were you out of work, sir?
I was out for 19 days total. It was 14 and a half days
Outrageous. Outrageous conduct. Doesn't work out. Listen, if you want to be a stupid girl and date somebody who's just separated from their wife, who has a young child, I'm not giving him any awards. You know, I mean, he's just a stupid guy, right? But not you. You've known him for a long time. You even knew her, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So, you know, give it a chance. Maybe they'll work it out. But you were ready to hop right in and move right in. And that's what you did. Well, that's a problem. So it didn't work out. And he went back to his wife to call his job and risk, if he wasn't working all the time that you knew him. Let's say that that's true, that I believe what you say is true. He says not. Let's say I believe this. So he finally got a job in January, and you look to get him fired, knowing that he has a young child, knowing that he's just vicious, vicious. How much damage was done to the paint on this $1,200 car?
I have an estimate for $800 approximately.
If you think that I'm going to give you $800 for a $1,200 car that is now a year older than when you bought it, you are operating in some other zone, because that's not going to happen. You want to show me a picture of the car?
Unfortunately, I didn't bring a picture. I do have a copy of the estimate.
I don't
and
need
I
a
also
copy of
have
the
the registration where it is in my name.
I don't doubt it's in your name. And he says he poured gasoline over it. Didn't light it. You thought better of that. But it's a bad temper. What do you do for a living?
So, I'm a
Don't think about it. It's not, you know, somebody said to me, what do you do for a living? I would say, I'm a lawyer. I'm a judge. Somebody said to Bird, what is he? He's in law enforcement. The answer wouldn't be, I don't understand. I'm so old. I don't understand people who are 30 years old. They don't know what they do. Well, I do a little of this. I do a little of that. I use my mother's bank account. Live in the basement. Play the guitar.
That's the problem.
Finding myself. I'm a snowflake. Is what you're telling me the car's in front of your house and you have no idea who paid off the loan on the car? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know if it got written off. I didn't know that there was still that amount left until I had looked into it recently before Gabby, because I just recently had a baby, and so we needed another car. And so I was going to sell that one and get the two other ones that we had and get another car. But Gabby had wrecked her car.
Where is the title to your car?
Pioneer Federal Credit Union has the title to my car.
Why?
Because there was still a lien on it from previously, but then the balance is zero as of, I'm not sure when they.
Well, then where's the title to the car?
The company, I have to file for it and get it and request it through the mail.
You gave her $1,000 for the car.
Yes.
She has the car.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't know whether she's a foot or horseback. She has no clue. I don't know how she's taking care of a child.
I'm actually a really great mother.
You're a moron.
How?
You're a moron.
That's not me.
You're a moron. So's your mother.
That's not me.
Why? You're a moron. So's your mother. You have a protective order against you for 3 years. Mm-hmm. That means that a court found you guilty of the acts that were committed here on the 18th of November of 2017. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I don't care about not remembering the date or getting your dates confused, getting your county confused, getting the state confused, getting your brain confused. You have a protective order that found you guilty of the acts alleged on November 18th in a court. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then you're guilty. Then you're going to fix the window. And if a court found you guilty...
How, if that wasn't me?
If the court found you guilty, I am going to find you guilty. Do we get each other?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
That
wasn't
wasn't
your
her.
mama. Okay. Money was clearly an issue with her. I got that clearly from her texts. Now, you called and ordered this limo, very easy to find out, when?
On the
On
night
what
before,
date?
on March 4th,
The day before.
the day before.
So now you tell me, when you discussed, would you like to be in this limo with us, and will you pay a third? Show me.
I do not have that other than my witness and all three of us having the conversation together.
On what date?
That was on March 5th.
On the day of
Day
the
of the-
concert.
yes.
On the day of the concert, you're not getting a third of the limo.
I
That's
received money.
outrageous conduct. What you did was outrageous conduct, as far as I'm concerned.
She had agreed by the text
Outrageous,
message. But that's
outrageous
okay.
conduct. Her children are at your house, and Tracy's children are at your house, and everybody's going in a big stretch limo, except her, because she's going to be taking her girls in a car.
She did the maximum amount of work.
No.
Oh,
I
the
asked
agreement.
you. Now listen to me. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a homemaker.
Okay. What kind of work does your husband do?
He is in the restaurant industry. He works 3 jobs.
Does he get paid when he works?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason he works 3 jobs is because he needs money, right? He needs money to support you. He needs money to support his daughter. So he works and he gets paid. How much money did you pay Miss Waylock, who did your daughter's hair and makeup for 6 days and traveled 2 hours, 1 hour each way to get there? How much did you pay her? The response to that is a number.
100.
$100. You're outrageous. You're outrageous.
Your Honor, I have receipts where we paid for her hotel and we bought her tickets to the pageant.
Who cares about seat? Because if what you're telling me is true, then the cars that are coming from the opposite directions, they now have a green light, and you're still in the middle of the intersection.
Which is why I need to turn now.
No, you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been there. What? You can stand up when you talk to me. Okay, sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been there. You have to maintain safety when you drive. Now, but say I believe him, that he got into the intersection, turned yellow, there were still cars going around, so now he waited until it was green and he made a turn at 1 or 2 miles an hour.
I was at a dead stop sitting there. In the middle.
Impossible by virtue of the impact on the car.
See, first of all, any alcohol that will make you say its name is not safe. And that's the only alcohol that will make you do that. That's the only one you hear people. Jaeger! You don't hear anyone else. You don't hear Mexicans. Tequila way! You don't hear black people. Hennessy playa. You don't hear Japanese. Woo, saki saki! Jaeger is scary for a few reasons. One, I'm type 2 diabetic. I shouldn't even be drinking, but Jaeger has twice as much sugar in it. Second thing is the consistency. It's very sticky. It's like cough syrup. So if you drink too much of it, it holds on longer than anything else. And it's nasty. When you drink it, you're like, ah! Palatos, palatos, palatos. It's horrible.
Your Honor, she came back.
Judge-
Okay, sorry.
You went there without permission of the owners. When they weren't home, you or somebody on your behalf took property out of their home. That's what courts are for. That's
not on my behalf, Your Honor. It was not my idea. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, then you have stolen property in your house.
Your Honor, went and got his
then
stuff.
No.
He was living there in the house, and he took his stuff with him.
Listen to me. They had a right to file a protective order against you, because that wasn't the only time Trenton went back to the house. Right, Trenton? If that's what your mother is saying, you went back to the house again. And when you went back to the house again, this was over some other property, not your bed and dresser. This was over an Xbox. And when you went to the house that time, was the door locked?
Yes.
And you were already living with your mother?
Yes.
I'm asking you a question. I mean, I'm writing this scenario. I haven't been in this business 2 seconds, you know.
I made the mistake one night of assuming the guy working the stand was Mexican. He wasn't. I even spoke Spanish to him, which is a no-no. The rule is, when engaging a brown person, you must speak English to them first, and then if there's a language barrier, then you go to Plan B high school Spanish. You start off in English. Hello, sir, may I? ¿Qué? No entiendo. ¿Qué pasó? Oh, hold on, I got this. Hola. Yummy. So I walked up to this guy at the stand, and I was like, he reminded me of a tío, so I was like, hey, ¿qué onda, compa? ¿Cómo estás? And which is like, hello, friend, how are you? And he responded, what are you saying to me? I'm sorry, sir, I thought you were Mexican.
No, I am not a Mexican. I am not a Mexican. I am Greek. Greek? Shit, I was way off.
Listen to me, sir. You're a lawyer in the state of Washington, and I'm certain the state of Washington has the same laws as most of the other states in this country, and that is, when you have a written contract, anything that you say is within the four corners of this agreement. If Mr. Price said, well, we had an agreement for $243 an hour, but after we signed this agreement, he said, I'm only going to charge you $100 an hour, you would laugh in his face, and you would say to me, Judge, you know he can't say that. We have a written contract for $243. So what you as a lawyer are trying to say to me, that you orally changed the terms of this written agreement by saying I'm not going to charge you more than $3,000 when this contract says nothing about that?
No, I did not change the terms of the agreement, Your Honor.
Well, then show me where it says that the maximum fee will be $3,000.
It doesn't say that.
Of course it doesn't say that.
Can I help you? I say, yes. My friends are telling me that I need to try this thing called a chocolate cake shake. Okay, what size would you like? How good is it? You want a large. All right. Can I please have a large chocolate cake shake? No problem. And there I pay. And she turns around. She turns around and she walks over to this little refrigerator that's on the counter. And she opens it up and she pulls out a piece of chocolate cake. And I'm thinking to myself, she must misunderstood what I said. I didn't ask for a piece of chocolate cake. I asked for a chocolate cake shake. She must have heard what I was thinking because she's walking by and she's like, it's gonna happen.
Sounded good when you put it down on the complaint that you can't sleep at night, you toss and turn, you think that people are going to come into your apartment, that there's a lot of, who shot John?
Great, I can't
Right.
put you there. But
So
you know what?
Now,
you know what?
Now, tell
I'm not
me.
lying.
Now tell
Miss Judge
now,
Judy.
Now tell
And
me,
that's kind
sir.
of rude
What
to
is
tell me
their
I'm
rent?
lying.
What is their? Yes, you are. What is their rent for a month?
Their rent is what? What is it? $550.
$550
a month.
I am not lying. You
Judgment
can't
is
tell me
for
that.
the plaintiff. Judgment is for the plaintiff. The amount of 1 month's rent. Your 5-minute visit, sir, just cost you a month's rent. I'm not accepting this, sir.
Why not?
I'm going to tell you why not. Because there's no valid reason for him not being here. It was notarized in California, and the reason he says he can't be here is because his schedule is hectic. That's not a reason.
Okay, ma'am.
That's
how about
not
the
a
person
reason.
in Canada? Hey, what are you gonna expect them to fly down? Why don't you just make your claim, make your judgment for her? Okay, let's get this over with, so I don't waste my time from work anymore. Okay?
Very good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, and the countersuit is dismissed. You see how angry I'm getting? You don't want to get an old lady angry. I want you to trust me on this one. What was the name of the other boy?
Santi.
See how easy this is, Miss Serrano? Now, is what you're trying to tell me, sir, that it was this boy that put the 2 pieces of the phone at the door? Is that what you want to tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care. You know, there's some other dude did a defense I've heard for 30 years. So you saw the 2 boys walking away. One of them was him because he already lied to me because he said the last time he saw the phone was in front of Emmanuel's house. We did say that right over here, that the last time you saw the phone was in front of Emmanuel's house. Stop shaking. There's no attitude here except mine, Miss Serrano.
I'm not shaking.
Well,
I'll show you on the camera. Do you understand?
Yes,
That was a lie.
I was at the house, and I was eating a cookie. And it was good. And all of a sudden, I got a pain in my side. It was one of those pains that not even a good fart can get rid of. You guys know what I'm talking about? Well, sure enough, I wound up in the emergency room, and it was the scariest feeling of my whole life because the first thing they did to me was they stripped me of all my clothes. And not in a sexy way either. They take all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty green hospital gown. You know, the kind where they tie it in the back and your butt is showing, right? Little kids walking by. Damn! So I see my reflection in the mirror and I realize at that moment with all that green on that I do not look like a comedian. Oh no, with all that green on I look like damn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname either. It was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, look at that chubby boy. He looks like Shrek, huh?
So what makes you think you're not responsible for the vet bill?
Because I don't believe I am. I mean, my cat wasn't on a leash. There is no leash law in California.
Well, you choose to let your cat outside, and cat doesn't have to be on a leash. That doesn't mean you're not responsible.
But doesn't she have...
that just means if you choose to let your cat outside, and if you choose to let it walk without a leash, if it goes over to a baby in a carriage,
Correct.
jumps up on a carriage,
Correct.
and scratches the baby's eyes out, you're going to be responsible. You're going to be responsible, even though there's no cat leash law. You're responsible. Your responsibility.
I respectfully don't agree.
Well, I don't care what you agree with. I mean, did you go to an accredited law school?
No, I didn't.
Did you go to any law school?
No.
Then I'm telling you what the law is. Listen to me carefully. I don't care about your father, because if something's not true, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Great. You left the kitchen without your snack. You went to the front, and what happened?
Well, before I was at the front door, they were like not really making loud noises, but they were kind of like talking, I think, and I think that's what kind of...
I don't care what you think.
Okay.
What you think is irrelevant to me. The reason that you went to the front door, sir, not because you think anything, the reason that you went to the front door was what?
To let Charity out.
When you got to the front door, what did you see?
Charity was already out of the front door. I had to run.
So when you got to the front door, the dog was already out the front door and had already bitten her.
Yes.
Got it? What happened when you took the car, Mr. Bridgman?
I went about a block down the road and took a left onto Woodlawn. On this particular road, there is a quite abrupt hill, and I was going about 15 to 20 miles an hour. There is ice on this road as it was very cold at the time.
So you live in a place where in January there's ice on the road and you're hanging around with the moldy blueberries who are smoking dope and drinking in a park.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's late, we're leaving the movies, we're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound, I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately. Driver, windows down. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat!
At that time, senior management team gathered to discuss and determine it was necessary, based upon employee protocol, to place the employee on administrative unpaid leave. Do you understand what your daughter did? Do you understand what your daughter did?
Yes, but she didn't do that.
You mean somebody took her phone?
No, it's been
do you mean
copied.
somebody took her phone?
No.
Just coincident? Is that what you want me to believe?
No.
You want this brain to believe that somebody took her phone? That's a cell phone? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody took her cell phone and called the employment of her ex-boyfriend and stated to them that he had numerous criminal charges pending against him, and then returned her cell phone to her? Is that what you want me to believe, Mr. Massaro?
No.
Is this what you want this person?
No.
Look at this face.
A man can get shot in the middle of the street. People just look at each other. Somebody pick him up. Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India except a cow. It's believed that cows are people who have died and they've been reincarnated, and their new life is now the cow, which is why they don't eat them and why they give them all the love and respect in the world over there. I saw this firsthand. There's a cow crossing the street while we're driving. We wait for the cows to finish crossing. The cow that we had laid down. The driver just shut off the car. I asked the driver, What's going on? We cannot honk at the cow. We must wait for the cow to move. We drove past a dead body 15 minutes ago. That is probably him.
How much regular child support do you pay?
Regular child support, they're garnishing my wages off of that. But it's
Starting when did they garnish your wages?
about a month ago.
Forget a month ago. Before that.
Before that, when we went to court, my child support was $1 a month because she didn't show up to court, so she lost by default.
It was $1 a month.
Yeah, 50-50 custody. It was split right down the middle to where I pay for 100% of him when I have him, and she pays for 100% whenever she has him.
But that changed, sir.
Yeah, we went back to court.
And when you went back to court, who brought that action?
I did, both times.
What did you want?
She was denying me visitation of my child. So this is, I don't know how this is all tied into the car thing. It's irrelevant to the situation.
I actually know how it's all tied in.
Yeah. Can you?
I actually do know how it's all tied in. I don't have to explain it to you. Everybody out there, 10 million people know. If you don't understand it, go home. Your mother will explain it to you. She understands it.
Okay.
And he start cracking jokes, and I start laughing, I laugh. Then you come out on the stage, I cannot take, I can't breathe, I black out. And when I wake up, I have an ice pack on the head, blood in the eye, and the two young white paramedics, they both touch me right here. They say, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? What did you tell them? Oh, never better. Susie never have a two young white men touch me right here same time. Oh, your show very special, Mr. Fluffy. Very special. Your show like a make-a-wish. If I have a scar, you're gonna sue me. No. Not going to sue. If I have a scar and the friends ask me, hey, how you get the scar? Now I have a great story to tell. I'm going to say, two white men, same time. While a Mexican watch.
I don't give a rat's behind how much you paid for the steak knives.
But I even have
listen
text
to me.
messages.
I don't care how much you paid for the steak knives.
So
you got it. I don't care what you paid for the steak
I
knives.
understand, but Your Honor, when I met her, I interviewed her. I told her there would be an application. I told her there would be a background screening. I have text messages that she would give us that information.
Just a second. You went to work for 5 days and left your children with her without a background screening.
My husband was also home.
So is he useless? Why didn't he put the knives in the right place? Do you understand? Do you understand? I assume your husband does something else.
Yes, he works full-time.
He works full-time from home?
Yes, correct.
Well, if he works full-time from home, then you needed somebody else to watch your children. And if she was in charge of watching your children, you left her alone with your children for 5 days without a background check.
And for everyone at home, what does he mean by that? The people from the Woodlands, you know. I know he is not referring to us. The nerve of him. He needs to go back where he came from, over by Airline Road. That's right. I know where you keep your brown people.
You sold him a bike and you got paid in full. That's what it says, $1,600. So he's coming to get the bike. He's coming to get the bike.
But
the bike belongs to him. It doesn't say, I'm going to sell it to him when I get a surveillance camera system that works, when I get tires that I like. It says, I sold him.
Can I show you the pictures of the tires?
No.
I don't know.
No. this contract, sir.
Have you ever bought something that you had to take
First
back?
of all, I've never bought anything in my life.
I
have bought something.
Have you ever bought anything that
occasionally,
you've
but I've
had to
never
return?
bought anything.
Have you?
Listen to me, sir. I'm a lawyer.
I understand that.
And I told you before, I don't answer your questions.
Pfizer, Moderna. I got a coupon, whatever's free. Pull up to the window, and then I pull up to the next window. And then a guy who's all covered up, he's got the whole, you know. Then you give him your arm, and then they harpoon you, and they make you park your car for 10 to 15 minutes in case you have an allergic reaction. So I'm sitting in the car, and I got the radio going and the AC going, and I glance over, and I notice that there's people there protesting. And that's fine. Protesting is a right, and I'm all for it, okay? My problem is when protesters leave the sidewalk and get right in your face. So here's what happened. I glance over, I see the protesters, and I locked eyes with one of them. And I could do this all day. I'm in the car, right? Like, what?
Is that what happened?
No, ma'am.
Even at the best of those events, if I believe every word you say, you're responsible for his medical bills.
No, Mel.
Oh, I'm telling you, you are. That's why we're here. That's why I went to law school and you didn't.
Right.
Sorry, but this is wrong.
Miss Perdue, Miss Perdue, let me tell you what my problem with you is. My problem is with you is you're a lousy daughter. Because
Hold up, Your Honor. No, I'm sorry.
Because I
sorry,
just
Your Honor.
asked you.
No, this woman abandoned me when I was 3 years old. She didn't come back in my life until I was 48 years old. She come back telling me she was doing all this. She wanted to be with my kids and her great grandkids. And you turn around and do this.
Miss Perdue, I gave you an option to clean up this whole case and to make your mother, who has clearly made you financially more comfortable. Your mother's not going to live forever, shorter rather than longer. She wants the security of knowing she's not going to be thrown out of a trailer that you own. Mm-hmm. And I said to you, are you prepared to sign an agreement giving her a life estate in that trailer so she knows that she has the right to have a home? And you answered no. How long have you been driving a cab?
About 20 years now, ma'am.
How old are you?
I am 60 years old.
And how old are you?
23 years old.
At some point, Mr. Smith, you picked up the defendant in your cab. According to you, you became friends. According to her, you became friends. That's nice. And then, according to sort of both of you, you invited her to crash at your two-bedroom apartment anytime she needed to. So far, is that about right?
That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
No, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Ridiculous! Not normal. Not normal. Did you cut trees that were at the fence line?
I cut trees that were on my side of the fence.
No. Well, you can't do that.
Why can't I?
Because you've been put on notice from him that he put the fence in and he gave himself 8 inches. And you are not to cut the trees that were in that 8 inches because that was his property.
I don't believe him.
Well, then just a second. I don't care whether you believe him or not. If you're a neighbor and your neighbor tells you that, then you don't go and trim the trees at the fence line.
What if someone tries to kidnap me? I said, you weigh 225. Good luck. They're not kidnapping your ass without an iPhone and a box of Oreos. That's the only way that's going to happen. I said, Frankie, do you realize how lucky you are? You had a phone. I didn't have a phone in school. Your mom didn't have a phone in school. If we needed to make a phone call, we had to carry change or we had to call collect. What's that? Oh, my God. Trying to explain the concept of a collect call to my kid is like trying to explain rocket science. He'll never have to deal with it. He'll never know what it's like to be out late somewhere and have to use a phone. First of all, to find a payphone. If you see a payphone now, you look at it like, oh, wow, they forgot to take it down. Get your camera, take a picture, because that shit's gone. Take a picture.
I want to give a shout out to all like the new moms, the newbies with all the new kids at home. I hate you. Because new parents are too sensitive. They get sensitive at everything I say about my kids all the time. They even want to come up to me in public. Excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yes. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a mom, and what you said about your kids, I'm offended. And I'm like, so? Then I ask the question, how old is your child? My daughter, she's 38 months. I'm like, miss, how old is that? I don't have enough fingers to count. I said, you don't even know what this means. She goes, excuse me? I said, you don't know what this hand means. What does it mean? This is the hand you have when you standing eye to eye, toe to toe with your kid in the house that you pay the bills for, saying, who you think you talking to like that? You ever chase him? Who you think you talking to like that?
So I stand her up, and immediately one of the paramedics, hey, she hit her head. She shouldn't be standing. I said, listen, I'm the artist performing here tonight. I accept full responsibility over this woman. I got her. It's cool. Plus, she's tiny. We're only walking 10 feet to the merchandise table. No big deal. She said, come on, I got you. Let's go. As soon as we start walking, she starts venting. Mr. Fluffy, you have no idea a kind of week I have. My son, he married this girl. She no cook, no clean. Move into my house. Now I have to cook and clean for two. Oh, some bull. And I'm like, oh my God, that's gonna happen to me.
Does the kid go in a car seat?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you put the kid in the car seat, you can't turn your head around and look at your dogs. You're putting the kid in the car seat.
It was after the kid had already rode his bike down to the mailbox.
Kid in the car seat. You weren't there. You know nothing. Okay. You weren't there. You're the excuse maker.
I was going to put my kid in the car.
And
I saw my dogs run across
why
the field.
did you let the dogs off leash?
They usually go right into the car. To load up
But
in the
they
car.
didn't. No, that's not what you told me a moment ago. Fibber, fibber.
My t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite.
You want me to believe that you don't know how the dog got out. You feed a dog at 7 o'clock, and then you went up to bed. I have dogs. No dog gets fed without getting walked. And both you and your roommate left out the walk part. Do you understand? So now it's snowing out, 20 inches that day, and nobody wants to walk the husky. So the husky got out all by itself. Put your hand down. I didn't ask you a question. I knew I was going to get where I was going. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. So don't make a fool of yourself. Got it?
You got it.
Circle. Don't show me a whole picture. I'm not interested in a whole picture. I'm interested in solely, only the vine that you're talking about. Because there's lots of greenery back there, and I'm old and I don't like to get confused.
Let me be clear.
Mm-hmm.
This is here.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is this.
I'm telling you
This
now,
is
Miss
this.
Wilson, if you confuse Bird, you're definitely going to confuse me.
I'm not confused.
If you, oh, he looks confused. I've known him for 35 years. He definitely looks confused.
I said, all right, Fabian, Mr. Batman's the best. Based on my t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite. He's not even clapping. He's like, no. No, me pega Wonder Woman. No.
What's your first name?
Kendall.
You'll only have one mother and one father. And it sounds to me as if for at least a period of time, a good period of time, your father was involved in your life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It would be stupid for you to cut him out now. Really stupid. Make peace. It's easier. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, bro. It's late. I'm tired. Can I have 2 tacos? What do you mean, can I have 2 tacos? I just finished telling you I am not a Mexican. I am Greek. I do not sell taco. I sell gyro. Gyro? And then I remember seeing writing on the front of the cart, and I just thought it was like the guy's name or something, right? I was like, it spells it out. G-Y-R-O. Gyro. He got all pissy. It is not a gyro. It is gyro. That shit says gyro. It is gyro. Bro, I'm tired. It's late. What is a gyro? It's like a taco. Give me 2.
Let me try to explain to you. Whatever it is, it's not a big deal that it happened. It's just a big deal if you lie about it. Got it?
Yes.
Great. Who threw the rock?
I don't know.
Well, that I don't believe. How are you going to convince me that that's true? It's your job to convince me that that's true that you don't know, because I don't believe you. Go down. He threw the rock.
Well, he said he didn't.
I'm just telling you he did.
You seen him throw it?
I don't have to see him throw it. That's my job. That's what I do for 50 years.
Okay.
I just looked in his eyes, and I'm telling you he threw the rock. It's not a big deal. Okay. It's not a big deal. Kids do that all the time. The big deal is for him not to tell the truth about it.
Okay.
Okay?
I sold it to a friend.
The name of the friend and the phone number of the friend.
I don't have that on me.
That's too bad. Where do you live?
Omaha, Nebraska.
You want to get home?
Yeah.
Get me the name of the friend. Do you understand? It's easy. I don't believe that you sold it. Do you understand? I sort of resent it, Mr. Humphrey, when somebody writes in an answer, she's just bitter that she no longer has a boy toy. I owe her nothing. I look at you, and if I had to put a picture in the dictionary next to what a boy toy looked like, you would be an antonym. That's sophisticated out there. You have to know what an antonym is. It means just the opposite of what the word is.
Puerto Ricans, you guys are like Mexicans that, have a time limit when it comes to Spanish. You speak it quick. Mexicans, we speak Spanish slow. Hey, how's it going? Aquí no más, hombre. Puerto Ricans, man. Hey, what's up? Quiero una cosa, mi brother. La cosa aquí me vuelta. Tú sabes, mi brother, una cosa, quiero una cosa. Dame más gasolina.
I would give birth if we could give birth like giraffes. First of all, there's a lady giraffe. She doesn't even look pregnant. She looks great. She has like a summer body. Spots are in. She looks amazing. And then all of a sudden, out of what I can only assume is her gaping vagina, a baby giraffe just falls 6 feet to the ground. The bitch doesn't even bend her knees. She's just like, life's hard, learn it now. There's a crumpled, gooey giraffe at her feet. She doesn't make a face. She doesn't make a sound. She just walks away, and she's like, are you coming? We're late. Fix your wobbly legs or you're gonna die.